Shu, please tell me about your family.
My family. If you are asking about the family which I formed, I shall start there. If you ask instead about the family which formed me, I shall address that after. At the age of 10 years, including the year I grew within my mother, my parents betrothed me to Hai Pei, the daughter of a magistrate in the neighboring village. She was 4 years of age. I never met her before our wedding. I was then 20 and she 14. We shared a love for song and drama, but that was the extent of our commonality. She was a beautiful young woman and easily aroused love in me, but I never seemed to capture her own affections in the same way. Our conjugal activities never flowed as water in a brook, and the only outcome of our union was a single child, which perished early while yet in her womb. After that, we lived much as brother and sister in the same household until her death by a summer fever 10 years later. A few years before she died, I met a woman the same age as myself, she having been widowed by her husband's death in one of the emperor's empty wars. She was a marvelous poet, painter, and musician. Upon meeting her, I was instantly attracted to her creative sensitivity. She and I fell rapidly into that place of bliss, where the world seemed far away from the words we whispered to each other, and the soft caress of fingers upon each other's skin. One of my long-trusted colleagues suggested I make Fang Hua my concubine. The idea seemed a sound one, so I proposed it to Hai Pei, who did not object. I brought her into our household and my bed, and before the year had ended, I wed her in a lavish celebration. She was a great comfort to me at Hai Pei's death. Fang Hua was yet of childbearing age, and although not producing any progeny for her previous husband, she delivered to me child after child, every 18 months, 7 in all, 7 daughters. They were 7 precious jewels in my hand. Their mother gave each of them her love for poetry and art, grooming them for marriage to respectable men of our province. It all sped by so fast. One day we awoke to an empty house. Our lives had been so cluttered for so long, with children underfoot, it seemed Fang Hua and I hardly knew each other. We had almost forgotten what had brought us together. But piece by tiny piece, we put our lives back together, grafting one bud here, another there, and in 2 years our love again blossomed like a plum tree in spring. We shared a depth of love that few can know. Then, 15 years later, she quickly succumbed to a brief pestilence that swept through our region. The household then seemed like a tomb, with only my own bones rattling around within its empty rooms. I have remained without a companion these many years since, save my dog, who guards my life and my property.
So what most drew you to your profession?
The family which produced me also formed in me the profession I pursue. For generations before me, our family revolved around buying, enhancing and selling precious gems. Some were traders, some cutters, others jewelers. For my own part, an old uncle instilled in me a profound appreciation for the gems of the sea. The pearl is the only gem produced not by the earth, which is nothing more than an immense stone, but it is brought forth by a living creature, an animal. I have imparted to others my philosophy of the pearl, what it truly is and what it represents, but I will not do that here. To be excellent at one's profession requires a love, a passion for the object of such work. Gems, jewels are nothing more than items of luxury. They cannot fill the hunger in one's belly. They cannot be used to build a house. And as weapons of war, they are useless. Yet men and women give up vast sums of wealth to possess them. Their stunning beauty delights the eye. They seem as tiny shards, broken from the blaze of the rising sun, or as brilliant fragments of the bow of colors after the storm. The beauty is so lavish, many adorn themselves with its flash and sparkle, so hoping the beauty becomes their own. Some merely want to possess the rarity, knowing they are the only person alive to hold and treasure such a singular object. This is my own downfall. We so crave such objects, as some crave opium or spirits of wine, that we are never sated with a single, or even a few gems. We must collect them, always adding to our precious treasure.
What do you most appreciate or regret about your life?
In the same breath, this is what I most regret and most appreciate about my life. I have built a collection of the finest pearls, unlike any others in the world. There are kings, nay, even emperors, who would long to own what I hold. But except for death, I will never part with them. Their profound beauty, the deep poetry of their origin, their extreme rarity, captures my heart. My every waking moment is filled with their presence. Even my dreams revolve around them. But because they so fascinate me, I could wish that my uncle had never introduced me to them. They have become for me a sweet drug, which constantly tantalizes me, but leaves me always wanting more. I shall never find rest.